What's going on, beautiful people? Today I am gonna go over the 30-minute orb from A all the way to Z. I'm just gonna put some music in and walk through literally everything I do, so you're gonna know how I make money. And yeah, hopefully you guys find it helpful, and I hope you find this when you need it. The point of this video is not just to feed you a strategy, but to get you to understand that repetition is key. Repetition is everything. And I've said it so many times in other videos, but for me, I compare it to basketball. I can show you how to shoot in 5 minutes, just like I'm gonna show you a strategy in the next few minutes, but that doesn't make you a great shooter, right? The part that makes you the great shooter is making those 1,000 shots during practice. So even though I show you this strategy on the 30-minute orb, you will want to repeat and practice endlessly. All right. So this right here is going to be, this is trading view here. I use this for literally all of my charting. I feel like there's nothing better than this, but who knows? It could be a lot better than this. Right now I have it on a futures contract. So you're gonna open up TradingView, and it's probably gonna tell you to make an account. Do whatever you gotta do to get this going. Then you're also gonna need a broker account. Usually I use Trade8. Just look up any futures brokerage and sign up for one. I'll put a link in the bio if you want to use the one I use. Doesn't matter to me. None of it matters to me. Just showing you exactly how I do things. So I stay on the 5-minute. So there's all these time frames you could use if you want. There's 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, hourly if you want to go hourly, and daily. All of that, you don't need it. Just stick to one time frame. I say 5 minutes is good. Some people want to trade on the 15. Test it out, whatever works for you and your lifestyle, right? That's what all of this is going to come down to, is how does it work with your life? In terms of indicators, you don't need anything. I will show you one. This Lux Algo Orb and Target. Show you the settings right now. Just pause the video and use the settings. But in reality, you literally just need 2 lines. So this is the start of the day, or the 8:30 open, at least for me. So you're gonna want to mark off the open all the way till 9 o'clock. And that's how I mark off my 30-minute orb. It's actually going to be over here. 30-minute orb is 30 minutes, So like I said, I usually, like I said, you don't need indicators, but I do use that one, and it's pretty helpful. So once you have that marked off, you are going to want to go ahead and wait for a break of the 30-minute orb. There was a break here, but what happened was there was no follow through with that, right? So when I am looking here and I see that there's a break and there's no follow through, I just wait. I wait patiently until it happens. Here at 12 o'clock, it just so happened to happen. There was a break of the 30-minute orb, and when that happened, I got my order ready, my stop order. And when price broke this candle wick, let me draw like a circle or a rectangle. Let me see. So you see this wick at 12. You can see the time at the bottom at 12. Once that candle formed and then was broken by the following candle at 12:05, that's when I got in, right? I got in once that candle at 12 was broken by the following candle, right? And once that happens, I get triggered into a trade. I usually go ahead and create limit orders straight from the long position. You can, you'll have to play with the tools. Everything is here, and just take your time. Don't rush. But I use the long position, short position. I'll go ahead and place that over wherever I think I'm going to have my trade happen. That's when I click on the create limit order, and then I go ahead and put whatever it is that I want to risk, right? So if I want to risk 400, I go ahead and put that on, and you can see the order happening here, right? So that's super fantastic. So you go ahead and put a stop order, and then I would just go ahead and press that sell button, and that would activate that order. So now there's an order there, and it doesn't tag me in until that candle gets broken, right? On this day it did, and I ended up, this is Friday, August 1st. So starting August, we're starting off pretty great, but yeah, I got my 1-to-1 and was able to finish the day profitable. Pretty great. I can put the stats. I'll go ahead and pull those stats up. So as you can see, this was the trade. Unfortunately, I got busy and I couldn't be at the computer anymore. I had to leave. So I did get out early, and as soon as that happened, man, oh man, Price dropped and went straight to my TP. Unfortunately, I only made about half of that on Friday. Still a solid day. Just hurts when things go your way but you don't follow your plan. And like I said, unfortunately I did have to go. I had to leave my computer, so that one hurt, but can't be too mad at profit. We'll leave it at that. Get over it, move on to the next one. There's the trade that I took. This is what I made versus what I could have made, and then what I could have lost, right? So I could have made 687, instead I made 368, and then I was risking $540 of risk. So a little bit over a 1-to-1, only because I actually did get a little bit of a better entry. I didn't have my stops. The reason why I had a better entry was because I did get in with the stop order, but I realized that I didn't have the amount of risk that I wanted, so I added a few more contracts at a better price, and then that caused my trade to be better than it could have been. So I'm going to go over one more example of the 30-minute orb. It's very, very simple. It really isn't that hard. So we are going to mark off 8:30 all the way till 9 o'clock. That's my blue square. So you're going to mark off the high of that 30-minute orb and the low from 8:30 to 9 or 9:30 to 10, depending on where you live, right? On this day, I just waited patiently. I waited until 9:40, and that's when I got in my trade. I took it for a 1-to-1, and like I said, I set up that limit or the stop order. And as soon as this candle at 9:40 was broken, which was at 9:45, I was able to get in, and literally 5 minutes later at 9:50, I was tagged out with full TP. So I'll pull that trade up. That was Tuesday, July 29th. Give me one sec. So as you can see, this is how the trade went down. Literally, this is everything, the bread and butter. 30-minute orb broken, and then I waited for the break of the 30-minute orb, and then that's when I got in at 9:45 and then got out at 9:50 because price went exactly where it should. I love these kind of trades. I mean, this was only a 5-minute trade, and I couldn't ask for a better day. I mean, a Tuesday, finishing up early, able to spend time with family. That's the best part about trading, is that you make solid money, you know. Unfortunately, this week it wasn't that great for me because I revenge traded. Something with losing made me revenge trade, and you know, unfortunately everybody deals with that, right? You can only get better by understanding why you're revenge trading, and then just take action, right? So for example, I stated in that video that I just posted that I would only take the one trade, like I should only take, following my plan, taking only one trade. But after a loss, I'm planning to just shut down the computer just so that I don't go ahead and creep in to the markets again and try and win my money back when I'm, obviously that's just a loss. That's how it goes. You're not going to have 100% win rate in anything, but the point is to reduce your losses, right? And when you're emotionally trading, it's no bueno. So you want to definitely get away, go on with your day, right? Because tomorrow you got to be ready. You got to be ready for tomorrow. You can't get hung up on what happened yesterday, because tomorrow's always going to be better. You learn something from today so that you can be better for tomorrow. All right, so I hope this helped you out in some type of way. I really hope that you can gain something, anything from whatever I've said today. The 30-minute orb is so easy to follow. I mean, that's why I love it so much, because it makes it so that I can just repeat it every day. So if you are interested in trading alongside with me, I do post my trades every day in my Discord. If you're interested, link is below, and you have me to chat with if you ever have any questions.